Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the DeeTimeLove show. You join me at Wolrd Time 2024. I've got my favorite friend here, Andreas from Local Time Cyprus, one of the co-founders of Wolrd Time. Andreas, we made it again.
Here we are again.
8th year. Wow, fantastic. Just looking around, guys, I'll leave you a clip. It's getting very, very busy. How many brands do we have attending this year?
Well, Dimitri, we have a little bit less than 50 tables, which is the maximum we can get in this room. And on those tables, you'll see about 75 brands of watches or watch accessories, straps, cases, etc. About 75 brands.
Amazing, amazing. And arguably the biggest show in the UK. 75 brands.
Is it?
I would say 75 brands for me is a real achievement, you know, and it's really growing. A lot more new brands this year, new faces.
That's
it's growing.
That's correct, which is very healthy for an event like ours because we are always in London, so the people we have coming here do not change much. Let's call it a territorial specific event. So it's nice to see out of those brands, some of them that are new. And it's also very normal to happen because sometimes some of these brands are small brands. They might not have a new model for the year, so they take a break. And they also go to other very nice events that are happening around the UK, and which is also very good for all of us in the event industry. So it's nice for everybody to have some of these brands being new, with new models, new faces around, and it's really busy here today.
Really busy.
I have to say
we'll
that
do a pan shot. It's absolutely booming.
Yeah, it became really, really busy, really fast. So.
Great
really
turnout. Really
yeah.
happy with the turnout this year, guys. It's a great place to come if you're into watches at all levels, small independent brands, micro brands to the established watch brands as well. And you've got a new principal sponsor, Aquastar.
We do. It's the Synchron Group.
Amazing.
Rick Murray, those of you who know Rick, is right there behind me, right there.
We'll go and chat to them later, guys.
Yeah.
Give you some footage, some amazing releases. Aquastar. Just sense of quality about them.
Synchron Group does Aquastar, they do Aquadive, they do Synchron branded watches, and of course they do the very famous Tropic and Isofrane straps. I've personally known Rick for many years through his Doxa years, and I represent his company in Cyprus as well. So they're a terrific company to work with, and we're very happy to have them here this year.
And a lot of the brands that you see here at Wolrd Time, you're an authorized dealer for them in Cyprus, aren't you? There's a lot of these brands.
Some of them.
You know, you are
Boldor, Squale, Venezianico. I can't take on all of them.
You can't take them all of them, but you've got all of them that take your fancy. If they impress this man here, Andres, you could very much be in Cyprus as part of Local Time.
Right.
So you've done an amazing job, Andres. You've always been a very good friend of the channel. You've become a bit of a star favourite here on the DeeTimeLove show.
Always a pleasure to speak with
you. Always make everybody feel welcome. I've loved our partnership now for 8 years. You know, I'm here with brands, partnering as a media partner, if not exhibiting. A bit of everything, aren't we? We're just one big family here at Wolrd Time.
That's it.
Another success. And
familiar faces every year, it's lovely to see them.
And what's caught your eye this year? Is there anything in particular? Any watches that have really...
A brand?
Yes.
Whoa.
A bit difficult question.
You're putting me on the spot now.
But what would you say... you've got a certain vibe about that, you really like. There's a few new ones. What's that brand that we looked at earlier?
Moels.
They're interesting, aren't they? Very interesting, yeah.
Lovely little lady over there, very knowledgeable. And I from what my understanding is that she's the heart of the company.
Right, okay.
Very particular design, which I like. Kind of less is more design, let's put it that way. I like what I saw, and I also enjoyed very much having Venezianico with us.
Yes.
They've done a lot of good work.
Amazing. You know,
this
they're
year,
selling 30,000 watches a year.
I saw the Arsenal for the first time today that you had. I asked them, and they tell me Dimitri has.
I have it, yes, because I was one to launch it in the UK for them as well. Check out the review, guys. You haven't seen it already. Fantastic watch. The Costa de Genève finish on the dial is very much reminiscent of a Chapek Antarctique type quality dial, and I call it the value of a Tissot PRX with a build quality of a Christopher Wall 12. You know, at a very reasonable price.
It is.
So they're doing wonderful stuff. It's great to see the quality of these watch brands at this price point is amazing. And we've got a very handsome man over there, Colin.
There he is.
The man that, without this man, World Time would not happen.
This is the A
Here
to Z.
we've got Colin here, the other co-founder of World Time. Without these two guys here, this wouldn't happen. And it's 8 years this has been going on now. And Colin, how are you finding the show, sir?
Well, you know, just look around it. It's absolutely packed already.
Fantastic. It's big.
We had a big queue up outside waiting to come in.
Amazing.
And you know, I think we're very, very pleased with what's going on at the moment. And I've just been around speaking to some of the brands, and already they're very happy. With what's going on.
But we're looking like there must be easily over 600-700 people here, going up to 1,000, I think, very quickly. So, a lot of people, a lot of interest. It's great to see that this in the UK, that there's still such a big interest in the watch market at the moment, especially for these types of brands as well. There's still that hype, is still there.
Well, absolutely, and I think, as you know, we grow bigger every year, or we try to grow bigger every year, for sure. You know,
well, we're running out of space here, aren't we, Colin?
It's a good teamwork between myself and Andreas, and we work hard. We start working as soon as we close doors today. By tomorrow, we'll be looking towards next year. And
amazing, and guys, we always have the exclusive here on the DeeTimeLove show. Do you want to reveal the date for next year, guys?
You always get the exclusive.
I do.
It's going to start to cost you from next year.
I do.
Right. Next year, same place, last Saturday of September always, and that's the 27th of September 2025. We'll be here, Colin, myself, Dimitri, I hope will be here as well.
9th year,
and
I'll be there.
I can tell you already that the main sponsor for 2025 will be Venezianico. So that's something you have an exclusive of.
I do, because, you know, being one of their agents in the UK, an ambassador of the brand, it's absolutely a delight for me to be part of that setup. You know what I mean, guys? And great things to come from World Time, for Venezianico, all the brands here. It's a great opportunity for them to network amongst real watch enthusiasts and collectors, and be amongst some very successful brands that are the benchmark now for them to go to that next level. And it's one big family. I've realised with this community that you guys have built, it's a community where it's like a college reunion or a university reunion. You get
the same people every year.
Every year, and it grows. And a friend will come along, and then they will talk to them, and another friend comes along, and we're just getting to know everybody. It's you know, we may look a lot older. It's been you know,
speak for yourself.
I feel that I've aged over the last few years. You know, it's like, you know, maybe in 10 years' time I'll be coming here with like a white quiff, you know, or you know what I mean. So
or maybe you do Colin's hair.
I might go for the Colin look. What do you think? I could be like the next Kojak. I could go the next Kojak. I could be. But no, it's going to be great. You know, fantastic opportunity for the brands, for people to see new brands and existing brands, guys. But we'll do a little tour now, guys, of all the brands. Let's change perspective and take a closer look at some of the brands that are exhibiting at World Time 2024. join me at Aquastar, the principal sponsor here at World Time, and this lovely gentleman, Rick. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, welcome.
So how are you finding the show so far?
Oh, amazing. Absolutely busy. Didn't expect so many people coming, and it's great.
Amazing turnout, I have to say. World Time is 8th generation, 8th year of World Time. Absolutely fantastic. So what brands are you representing? Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, we represent Aquastar, Synchron. That is this brand. It's a brand that has been founded in 1962 by a gentleman named Frédéric Robert. That is probably the highlight of the brand. That is a 60-minute counter dive watch with a mono pusher.
Amazing.
That's the Model 60.
Beautiful. What's the retail price of this ticket?
This is $12.90
$12.90
in British pounds.
And it's got like a bead of rice bracelet as well.
Yes.
Beautiful quality.
Yeah, it's got this is a limited edition with an ETA 2824 movement.
Amazing.
The regular line that we have is not it's the non-limited edition. That's in black, and that has the G100 La Jouperet movement.
And I really do like this one. It's like a compressor style case as well. It's like a cushion case, isn't it?
It is a cushion case. Yeah. It's probably the 70s most.
Beautiful. I do like. So, is this a GMT or this is a chronograph?
It's a chronograph.
So, if I can let's test this out, guys.
Yes, but you're not going to see anything
All
happening.
right. So this is a concept.
It's a minute. It's a minute counter.
Minute
counter. Take
all right.
minute.
Here we go. Yes. All right. So it's a minute counter.
It's a minute
right,
counter.
Guys. We're being
so
educated here on the channel.
Basically, what you're looking at in every dive watch is the minute, counting the minutes, and most of the time it's done by the bezel. And this is the only watch in the world today that has a chronograph 60-minute counter operated by a mono pusher.
Amazing. And what's the retail price of this one?
That is $3,700.
$3,700. Amazing, guys. Absolutely stunning. I love the cushion case as well.
It's a re-edition of the original Benthos 500 from 1972.
So and how would anyone go, if anyone's interested in these timepieces, what would be the best way of them trying to connect or find Aquastar?
It depends on the country that you're in. If in the UK, there are retailers, or online, obviously, at aquastar.ch.
Amazing. And who else are you representing today?
We are representing Synchron. That's another brand. Also a re-edition of a watch that we made in the 1960s.
Very nice. You get the sense with these timepieces, like Doxa quality about them.
Synchron and Doxa were at some point related.
So there's some sort of, I sense that DNA. As soon as I picked them up, I was like, well, it reminds me of Doxa.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing. So that's a great trait to have and a great comparison, I have to say.
Yes,
I absolutely love Doxa, and Doxa is a real fan favourite here on the channel. Amazing. I love the cushion case, really comfortable, a true tool watch, isn't it, really?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Feels very robust as well.
Yeah.
I bet the loom is amazing on this,
yes,
but we won't be able to experience it here.
Yes, it is. And if we're talking about tool watches, I think Aquastar has contributed more to creating a tool in a dive watch than any other watch company. There are so many patents that Aquastar have introduced throughout 60s and the 70s. Basically, Aquastar made the first friction ring for a bezel.
Yes.
Before we introduced that in 1960s, bezels used to be loose.
Right. Okay.
So the patent for the first friction supported bezel was made by Aquastar. Aquastar was the first company to switch from regular gaskets to O-rings to secure watches against water entry.
Amazing, it's fantastic. Oh, this is your iconic piece for
flagship.
Me. Yeah. Can I take it out?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What you notice about it is the asymmetry in the design, and for years, symmetrical watches used to be considered the beautiful watches, and with asymmetry, Aquastar started to create beautiful watches that are not the usual everyday watch that you see.
Fantastic. And you've got this the whole selection here as well.
Yeah, this is called the Deep Star, by the way.
Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure, and welcome to the show, and hope you enjoy the show, guys, and we look forward to seeing you every year.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time.
See you next year.
Hey guys, we're now at Venezianico, a real fan favourite here at the DeeTimeLove show. We've got Roberto and we've got Alessandro. Hey guys, welcome to World Time. How are you finding the show?
Thank you, Dee. Thank you for the introduction. It's always a pleasure to meet our UK community here. It's the second time we are attending the World Time UK, and it's a big pleasure to meet you all here in London. And we are particularly happy of this edition. We can see a lot of traffic. There are so many people coming.
Great turnout today, isn't it, guys?
Sure.
And the demand for Venezianico is huge. I mean, you've got a real cult following now in the UK, and I wonder why that is. It must be because of what you're producing.
Thank you so
fantastic. Much. So well done on the award that you won, Watch of the Year as well.
I must say that so many people, Alessandro, are asking us for the new release, the Arsenale.
You see it. There you go, guys. And if you haven't seen my review of this timepiece already, you can check it out. It's absolutely stunning. The Cottester Genève dial, fantastic. The thinness.
To me.
And
you see, it's super thin.
Super thin. So it's just under 8.9 millimeters. Case thickness, fantastic. And the dial doesn't do it justice in this lighting, but look at the Canova bracelet. The evolution of the bracelet is fantastic, and it's screws, not pins now, not push pins.
Yeah, we called it Canova concept since from the traditional Canova design, it has been improved a lot with. Satin and polished surfaces, even in the external part of the bracelet and the inner part of the central links.
Amazing, and I have to say the finishing of it, like I said in my review, it gave me Chapek Antarctique dial quality with the value of a Tissot PRX, with a build quality of a Christopher Wall 12.
Well,
fantastic.
Well, we are honored for this comparison.
Well, there you go. You've got your chrono as well. At the shows, everyone's always saying, I'd love to see the chrono. It's absolutely delightful to see that. You've got the Ultra Black there as well. Absolutely amazing, guys. And you've got a few other new releases you'd like to show me, yeah?
Yeah, sure. We have also with us our brand new Sansovino bracelet, the new bracelet we introduced for the Nereide series, and in this case we installed it on the new Nereide Lapislazuli.
Wow, the dial is amazing.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing. It's a very particular shade of
I have to
blue.
review this on the channel. I'll get it in natural sunlight.
Oh, you want it for review or no? Really? Really? I wasn't sure you
no, well, you know, that's how I add to my collections, you know, and absolutely amazing. And it's a lot thinner than the other models now as well. And then come and look at the clasp as well. So it's more of a sports bracelet, isn't it, than the actual Canova. And this one here is. So talk me through this model.
Yeah, that one is our first regulator watch. We called it Redentore Enigma. And as you can see, it has a very clean dial with a soleil sunray finish with fumé on the external part of the dial.
Amazing. And what would you call this color?
Yeah, you know, we sell it as green color, but you know, it's a sort of bluish green or greenish blue, as you wish, because it's a very strange shade of green.
It's beautiful, very nice, very elegant, very sophisticated. Good stuff, guys. How are you finding the show, though? It's picking up nicely, isn't it? There's a lot of interest for the brand, and Yeah, great show, guys. Well, Roberto, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show, and we're going to drink after the show.
Of course.
And we'll recap then on everything. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. I can see you've got the brand new release.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately not allowed to take it off.
All right. Well, look, what a collaboration.
Yes.
I want to start off by saying congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
I take it you're Richard's brother.
No.
Sorry. Should we start again? Because you look alike. Should we start again?
I am no relation to Richard, unfortunately.
You do look alike. Maybe because you work for Studio Underdog now.
People say that Studio Underdog only hires doppelgangers, but I'm not sure about that.
Well, welcome to World Time.
Thank you.
I know Richard very well. He's exhibited at my shows and at World Time a number of times, and we're absolutely delighted to have you guys at World Time. I remember when Studio Underdog wasn't the star when they first came to World Time, but now Studio Underdog is like, you can't go anywhere without anyone talking about Studio Underdog. It's been amazing.
We like to always have a busy queue in front of our stand. That's something we try and aim for at all of.
And where is the boss? Where is he, in Toronto?
No, he's not in Toronto, but he's honeymooning.
Honeymooning.
Yeah,
wow.
So he's honeymooning, and he's wearing the Moser half of our collaboration.
Wow. Look
and
at that.
I'm here wearing this one. So we are quite literally sharing the passion.
So, and this is the Studio Underdog version, not the H Moser one.
So this is our half of the collaboration.
Right, okay.
So the package is 2 watches. So you get a Moser and you get this in the box. So the idea is, you can maybe share the watches with a loved one or a family member, or one day you can wear your Moser and then the next day you can wear the Studio Underdog. So
amazing.
Quite literally, so the colorway is inspired by a passion fruit.
Yep.
And quite literally, the concept of the collaboration is about sharing the passion of watchmaking. So it's about, if you're a true watch enthusiast, one day you can appreciate a £60,000 H Moser, Swiss-made, very boutique brand, and the next day you can appreciate a more affordable Studio Underdog, and you enjoy wearing both of them the same.
Amazing. Well, I will say this: when Richard was, I believe it was a summer watch show that I did. We put it on a microscope.
Yeah.
I think it was the watermelon, the original one, the icon, you could say now.
That is the poster child of the brand.
And I said, this could make or break you now, Richard, when we get it on there. It was a watchmaker there from Perpetual Time, had a watchmaker's microscope, a digital one, and it was on a 75-inch monitor.
Wow.
And it looked amazing, the dial.
It's something we really pride ourselves on, is the quality of our watches for the price. And so the finishing of the dials themselves is obviously a key part, but another key part is all our watches are assembled in Reading by Horologium, who are here
we just
next
spoke with
to
them now,
and these guys, in my opinion, that at making watches, these guys, their attention to detail is better than the Swiss. These guys do it properly, and they really care about the brands that they work with, and we're fortunate enough to have our watches made by such an awesome team.
Well, I have to say, the quality of the dial, and it's amazing that H Moser recognised what you guys are doing. And credit to yourselves, a British brand, to do a collaboration. Because I remember seeing you guys at World Time.
Yeah.
It must be five years ago.
So the brand's just over 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yeah.
Right. So it shows you. It feels like you've been around forever now.
That's a good thing.
Which is great news, because it's actually a lot more recent. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's just grown. It's because it was from COVID, isn't it? Like it started.
Yeah, it was Richard's. Richard's. I'm saying the word passion, but it was Richard's passion project was Studio Underdog, and so the story he tells is all the pubs were closed, so he decided to design a watch he wanted, and that happened to be the first one was the watermelon. There's no other watermelon watches on the market, so he designed a watch for himself, and that so just happened to resonate with so many people that they.
So he loves his fruit and he does love his pizza.
Yeah,
and I can see this great idea, the pizza.
Yeah, it resonates with a lot of people. They just want something. A lot of serious collectors have a need for something that's a little bit fun and irreverent on their wrist, but at the same time, as you mentioned earlier, a properly made watch. Our dials might have pizza toppings on them, but our watches are serious.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a serious piece of horology now on your wrist.
Yeah.
Let's give them one more look again.
Go on, there you go.
Look at it. Oh, we've got it in natural sunlight, and wow, look at that. I'm just going to zoom in for the guys on the channel as well. Look at that, absolutely stunning. You can see that textured dial, absolutely amazing. And you guys are really a market leader now for your dials.
Thank you.
Fantastic, guys. Especially at this price point. It's an amazing job you guys have done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Send my regards to Richard as well.
I will do. I'm sure he's enjoying himself.
Yeah, I'm sure he's enjoying the honeymoon. And back to reality. Before you know it, guys, check out Studio Underdog. No longer the Underdog.
Yeah. Well, I don't think a name change is planned.
Fantastic, sir. Thank you for your time.
Cheers, thank
Enjoy
you.
the show, yeah?
Thank you.
Hey guys, we're now at Hanhart, which is a real fan favourite here at the DeeTimeLove show. And we've got Robert. Hi Robert, welcome to World Time. How are you finding the show?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, been busy, so all good.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your role at Hanhart?
So I'm a UK retailer for Hanhart watches. I've been a retailer for them, I think from about since 2019, 2020, so about 6 years now. But yeah, they've been great. Been a really good brand. Great to work with, and they produce good quality, nice made, and well-priced watches.
Fantastic, and I can see that you've got some of your iconic pieces here as such. So, you're going to talk us through this model here?
Yeah, sure. So that's called the 417 ES, and that's the flyback reverse panda model. So that's got a manual wind chronograph movements with a flyback function, and obviously the dial is it's got a reverse panda dial layout. The sub-dials are luminous.
Very nice. I do love this strap as well. I love this type of genre.
The bun straps, yeah,
very
sort of
nice.
quite historical, really.
Gives it a lot of character, doesn't it? And so on. Yeah. And then you've got the panda version, right? Here
That's
as well.
it, yeah. They come in two different sizes.
So this is manual wind, so it's not like a Valjoux or nothing. It's what movement is this hosting?
It's the Salita AMT 5100. So it's a manual wind movement, as you say, and it's got the flyback function. They do a couple of different manual wind pieces. Some have flyback, some don't.
Amazing. So, you know, in the world that we live in the independent watch world, Hanhart has become a bit of a household name. There's a little bit of pedigree, prestige and heritage because they've been around for a long time, haven't they? Since 1954.
No, so this
is this a model?
Earlier than that. So they started
earlier. Wow. Okay.
1882. They started.
Fantastic.
Originally, they started in Switzerland, then moved quite quickly 1902 to Germany. And they've traded consistently since. They've not been a relaunched brand. They've just continually traded.
So they're not a Phoenix brand like you get a lot of brands. You know, like Chapek, for example, or a Phoenix brand. Yeah. You know, these guys have kind of look at that model. So there's some vintage pieces out there. Can I have a look at that one there? Is that okay, yeah. Oh, I love the dial on this. It's absolutely stunning. I love that vintage vibe.
Yeah,
it's retro, isn't it? This one, with modern.
It's a sort of a version of the 1940s chronograph.
I love the red pusher as well. Is it another flyback chrono?
No, that's a standard chronograph.
Standard, okay. And what's it movement is this featured?
ETA 7753.
It does feel solid. They feel really solid. And what do they typically retail at, these watches?
So basically every chronograph is just under sort of £2,000, except for the flybacks, which are just over £2,000. But that particular
not bad for chronographs, isn't it? To be fair,
that particular one retails at £1,700.
Very nice, guys. So. Any new releases, guys, at the moment?
Yeah, so the newest one that they brought out is the Preventer HD12.
Oh, wow.
This one and this one. It's a 39mm.
So this has just been launched now, I take it?
Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah.
Brand new. Very legible. Love the numerals.
Yeah.
Is this like exploration type timepiece sort of thing?
I guess what you class as maybe like a field watch, I suppose, to some extent, or a pilot's watch, you know. But the big thing about this particular release is it's got their brand new HD12 steel. So it's carbon infused, which makes it super scratch resistant. Apparently 12,000 on a Vickers scale. So it's, in comparison to standard 316L steel, it's a lot more scratch resistant. And on a strap it retails £800, on the bracelet £960. So decent price.
Very nice. Very good, guys. Very good. So if anyone's interested in regards to purchasing Hanhart watches in the UK, where would be the best place for them to look?
So my business is based in Leicester. Obviously I've got a website. It's called Stewart's Watches. I'm open Monday to Friday. I've got a shop. You can pop in whenever you want. Or obviously just go through the website.
Fantastic. So for all of you Hanhart UK fanboys out there, or he's or she's, you can find that Hanhart there at this lovely man's store. So thank you so much for your time.
Cheers.
Hope you enjoy World Time and hope to see you soon.
Thank you
Take
very
care.
much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey guys, you join me at Moels Co. We've got fresh blood here at World Time. They're making their debut at World Time. Welcome to World Time.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to be
No worries.
here.
How are you finding the show, first of all?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's the first time I'm taking the business out of the couch. So it's incredible to have people to come over, to touch. Everyone has been so nice. It's been
Amazing. Well, I
great
have to say, I've struggled to actually get around to seeing you because you've had a lot of attention, you've had a lot of impact on the delegates that have been coming through to the show, and so far, very positive feedback. Introduce yourself and tell us what your role is at the brand.
Okay, so perfect. My name is Bettina. I am the designer and founder of Moels Co. So I have been doing literally almost everything.
Wow.
All the time. It's the photography, but mainly the design and to be able to talk to the customers,
Amazing.
answer everyone's questions. But my main role is designing. The
So
watches.
you are the brainchild behind the brand and the design. And the first thing that I noticed when I walked past is your unique case design
Yep.
and the colours that you use. So talk me through this. What's the name of this model?
So the one that you're looking right now is the 369. So that is my second design. The first one is the 52H, which is this one. This was I designed it when I was 22.
22, wow.
Yeah, and what I love to explain to people is that when I did design this, I wasn't very. I didn't know a lot about the watch industry, so this my background.
This is your taste, you could say.
Exactly.
This is what you like in watches.
100% what I would do, and it does have some influence over my father's vintage collection. He also plays a big role in supporting me doing this brand. This was launched in 2022.
So it's very avant-garde, very modern, but retro at the same time. There's some essence of retroness to it, and
You have the sort of like TV-shaped mid-century case design is what most people.
yeah, very cool. I can see them doing very well, and you guys are based where exactly? What's your geographic location?
So the company and everything started here in the UK, in London, when I was studying in Westminster. I was studying architecture, and afterwards, when we started doing the production, everything we moved. All the assembly and shipping, everything is done in Switzerland. So we are based in the south of Switzerland and Britain.
Amazing. A very unique design. I like this sort of like skeletonized sword hands. I just love the case. It's a very unique, guys. Look at that. Oh, look at the case back. Very interesting. So this is the 369. So where does the name come from, 369? What inspired that name for this watch?
So that's a very cool question, actually, because the whole point of this brand is to be very family oriented, and I had a lot of influence from my dad and his background in the watch, in enjoying watches, basically. And my mother has always had a background into astrology and astronomy, numerology. And she, this was a way of bringing her into this as well. The 528 is a solfeggio frequency, it's named after a solfeggio frequency, which means prosperity, brings love. And the 369 is not a frequency, it's same as the 528, but it is based on the beliefs from Nikola Tesla that the 369 holds all the answers to the universe. It's a very cool. It's a very cool
interesting
story. Yeah, and
that's cool. Yeah,
it's just like a way of bringing the whole way of that I was taught by my mother into this collection. So I think it's like a very personal touch to the watches that is important to me. Yeah,
amazing.
That's where the name.
Amazing. Well, look, you've made a great impact. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope
so
you enjoy
much.
the rest of the show,
Yeah,
and
been lovely.
we hope to see you every year now.
Definitely.
And see how where the brand grows and where it takes you.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Thanks for
Thank
your time.
you so much.
Enjoy the show.
Well,
Hi.
just brutally like that.
Yeah. Hi guys. Look, we're here at Ralf Tech, and how's it going? So, how are you finding the show?
Wow, this year is there's a lot more people.
Yeah.
Very positive. there is a lot more independent showrunners, independent brands.
A lot of new faces as well, new brands.
Lots, yeah.
New people, bigger crowd.
I think
it's really grown, fantastic.
It's really growing exponentially.
So Ralf Tech is a real fan favourite on the channel.
Yes.
And you've exhibited in all our shows, even Time London, we saw you there as well.
Yes,
it was
indeed.
great to see you. And talk us through some of your new releases.
Well, one of the newest is the Millennium Cines.
Can I take this out?
Yeah. Titanium. This is the
wow.
Is the WRX, so it's 48 millimeters, 47.8. And the case and the dial have been lightened, milling the titanium out, as you can see.
Yes.
In a very sort of artistic way, if you ask me. So yeah, and this means that this is light enough to go into space. In fact, this is a partnership between Ralf Tech and Cines, which is part of the European Space Agency.
Amazing.
And is sending up the Ariane rocket ship.
And what's the retail price of this?
The retail price in England is £3,800.
Amazing.
But today we're having a special
20%
off.
Guys, so if you're interested, they can
come to the show. Yeah, still a few hours to go, please.
Amazing. And what's your website?
Our website is ralftech.com.
Fantastic.
That's the other new, absolutely launching today. This watch is a WRB in 39 millimeters. Sturdy and
it's got a bit of weight to it, hasn't it? A bit of heft. And what's the finishing? What is this? What type of finishing is this?
It's DLC.
Amazing.
Diamond.
So scratch proof, yeah.
Scratch proof.
Amazing.
And the specialty about this watch is the dial is full lume.
Full lume.
So the black parts are not lume, but the rest is bright as day during the night.
And you've got some sort of military contracts as well, I believe, Ralf Tech as well.
Yes, Ralf Tech is famous for their military contracts with many special forces around the world. And
amazing.
These watches are designed and built for military use, with extreme
robust.
use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to space, going to depth, like if you take the Beast there, going 3,000 meters down.
Wow, look at that, guys. These are weapons.
Weapons.
Well, these are weapons. These are not watches. These are weapons. They're absolutely. They've got a bit of robustness to them. They feel built for purpose. I have to say, you can't tell the build quality of a watch until you feel it. But be rest assured, guys, that it has the essence of quality. It just feels very well put together.
Yes, they are. And as I said, come to the show, touch them, use them, put them on your wrist, and you'll change your mind. You'll love them.
Amazing.
All right.
Let's just have a little look here, guys, to check out Ralf Tech. And I'm not sure that's legal anymore here in the UK.
It's actually dull. It's not sharp, just for sure.
No worries, but no, fantastic, sir. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for participating at World Time. It was great seeing you at Time London as well, and continue your success. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Take care.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
We are Horologium, so we generally just offer services to the watch industry and to consumers.
And you guys are based in Reading, right?
Yes, so we're
I know you very well.
Reading.
I know you guys very well because I own A to Z of watches and the recruitment agency as well, so we know all the brands and where they're used and where the designs come from. Is it Duckworth Prestex you work with as well? Studio Underdog?
We don't. Not Duckworth Prestex, but yes, Studio Underdog. So
you're responsible for the dials then?
So we assemble them.
Oh, you assemble, right?
So, yes.
So you're the mechanical side.
Brands like Studio Underdog, Clements and Bowcroft here that we assemble.
Amazing.
And then we also work with a lot of brands here on after sales. So that is either just locally here in the UK or globally through a network of service partners that we have. So for example, like Moels, just across from here, we support their after sales globally. So wherever those watches are, if they have an issue, we take care of them, and we take care of them locally. So we handle all the customer contact, logistics, deal with the service partner, components if they need to be sent around, we handle everything. And at the same time, we also just provide regular consumer services. So if a customer brings in a watch, they can either send it in via Royal Mail, we can arrange shipping for them, or we can make an appointment and they can drop it off at our facility.
Amazing, amazing. So you guys are behind the servicing, assembling, and the manufacturing as well, or do you...
Yes, so that's an additional service that we offer. So it can either be for existing brands that want to introduce new models,
yes,
or it can be for brands that are looking, well, people that are looking to create brands. We can help them from start to finish. So they can come with us with an idea, a sketch, or a full design brief, and we can take it from there, manufacture the prototypes, help them with the development, fine-tune those prototypes, and help them all the way through the production.
Amazing. So here's some of your parts, and so do you do ever like in-house movements or anything like that, or is that beyond you guys? No, okay.
So at the moment, what we do at our workshop is servicing and assembly. So for any manufacturing needs, we have trusted partners that we work with that can be either in Switzerland or in the Far East, depending on the requirements of the brand. But for the time being, we do the servicing and assembly. However, it is sort of a dream that at some point we can also manufacture components, but
amazing.
That is still far in the future.
So a lot of your guys are like WASTEP certified watchmakers, or from the BHI, or?
Yeah, so we have certified experience with service watchmakers, and at the same time specialized assembly watchmakers. So those are guys and women with lots of years of experience assembling new product, because it takes a lot of different approaches to when you service an older watch or you assemble a brand new product.
Fantastic. So say some of my viewers, that they were interested in maybe starting their own watch brand, you guys could be the guys to come to. They come with an idea, what they want to do and what scale, and you guys could potentially help them with that, yeah?
Yes, exactly. We can take it from the idea, help them with the design if they need it, prototyping, development, everything. We can even help them with the marketing, the launch. We can help them all along the way.
Fantastic. And you guys were behind Studio Underdog?
Well, so we've started working with Studio Underdog very early on. So in an initial step, we did all their QC here in our facilities in Reading. So basically the watches were manufactured, then we did the QC and made sure they were up to the standards that the brand wanted and the customers were expecting. Once that first batch was done, we actually started doing the assembly. So obviously Studio Underdog do all the designing and development by themselves, but we do have sometimes our input as new products are developed, and we help with the prototyping. We have a lot of back and forth with the brand, but then they have their suppliers for the manufacturing, provide us with the components. We do then the full assembly and the direct-to-consumer fulfillment from our facilities.
Amazing, amazing. And how can they find you? Have you got a website?
Yes, so we got a website, it's horologium.uk. So that's our website, and yeah, I mean, just physically, we're in Pangbourne. It's really a stone's throw outside of Reading, about an hour with a train from London, so yeah, just give us an email and we can give you a tour.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for sharing. Absolutely delighted to see you at the show, and yeah, enjoy the show, guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you. Yes, I've got a friend of mine, Hamish, from the Watch Collectors Club. So welcome to Wolrd Time. How are you finding the show?
Yeah, great, thanks. I love the range of brands here. It's always good to see so many different watches.
And have you been here before?
Yeah, last 2 years.
Oh, last 2 years, yeah. So it's really grown, hasn't it, to be full? The Zen Garden, 75 brands. We're really happy with the turnout. Colin and Andreas have just over the moon with the feedback that we've had so far. Has been fantastic. But what's happening in your world, sir?
Well, I run the Watch Collectors Club, and we run events pretty much every week in London and online. We've got a lot going on this autumn. Manchester Watch Show in November.
Oh, amazing.
Which is sold out. So sorry if you've missed it, but look out for it next year. We've got 25 British brands for that.
Amazing.
Really excited. And then, our next meetup in London is actually a Swatch meetup. So
amazing. Where's that going to be? Do I get an invite for that then?
A week Tuesday, if you want to come.
Yeah, I'll be up for that. Yeah.
So if anyone, everyone has a Swatch somewhere. So
everyone's got a Swatch, yeah.
If they can find it, come along. We want to see all the unusual ones.
Fantastic.
That's on, week Tuesday on the 8th.
Amazing.
And then plenty more to come.
Amazing. And thank you for your help at Time London. It was great to see you guys there. Great turnout. We had a real laugh. It was a different event. This event is more about the brands only. Do you know, you get that emphasis. As we were, it was about the collectors, the enthusiasts, a gathering, a meeting. We will be doing that next year again, but I am doing smaller events in my offices.
Okay.
Now, you're welcome to come. Venezianico is sponsoring World Time, but I'm having the latest from Venezianico, Atawak, a few other brands as well. We're doing 20 appointments at a time, and you can make your orders on the day with a coffee. Try before you buy, before you pull the trigger. Maybe we can collaborate and do something, get your collectors down, and I'd love to see what you guys do. It's going to be fantastic. So thank you for coming, sir.
All right,
and enjoy the show. Take care. Thank you. Hey guys, we're joined by a foundation member of the watch community. We've got Nicola. Nicola, welcome.
Thank you very much, Dee. Thank you.
Great to see you, brother. Just back from Cyprus?
Just back from Cyprus. You can tell from the tan, still a little bit of colour there.
Yeah, you got a good colour on you, my friend. Good colour.
A good occasion to come back to. It's my third year here.
Third year, wow. Well, you'll become a regular. And you attend all the shows we did at BQ.
Pretty much every show.
Time in London. All the shows that I do, you've just always been here to support me. And a big shout out to Nicola. A lot of appreciation. We've got Palm here as well. You know, there's a lot of familiar faces.
Hi.
Join us, my friend. Come and join us.
Come in.
Come and join us. We're not live or anything, but this will be going out. We've got Palm, Night Wrist Watchman.
How are you doing, Dee? You all right? How are you doing?
All good.
How are you finding the show, guys? How are you finding it?
Really good. I mean, it seems to grow every single year.
75 brands. I mean,
it's a lot busier this year.
A lot more busier.
Some really interesting
The word
watches.
is out. You know, we're talking about 9 years if you don't include COVID. When I was first attending with a couple of brands, Andreas, and it grew organically. And this is where we are now.
Which is your favourite? Or can you not say?
I can't say my favourite. I don't want to be political, but I have to admit that I'm recapturing that excitement of watches again, because there was a little period when I did Time London, I finished that show and I felt like, I need a break. I don't want to see a timepiece for at least a month now, right?
But let alone a watch show.
No, never on a watch show. But I'm back. I recharged the batteries. I'm back. So, Palm, tell us about your journey. What's been happening?
Well, I've been doing a podcast for a year now. We actually turned 1 year old yesterday, which is a big milestone for us. 39 shows in, big 40th show coming up next week with a very special guest. It's called Chrono Passion 7. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and your favourite podcatcher. We've also got our own web platform, www.chronopassion7.com. And just been so busy with that, really tied up with it. People say podcasting, that must be easy, you record it and then you just post it.
Well, audio is even more difficult because you don't even get to see.
You have to edit.
You have to listen.
You have to get the flow right. Because there's nothing to see. You have to really make it come alive.
So you're really good at narrating. Your voiceovers are amazing.
Thank you.
What you guys are doing. I've really been enjoying the show. I think you're doing a great job. I really do. They're really productive. And you lot. I'm here to recommend anyone you want to talk to. Let me know, Palm. And you're doing it with Andy, isn't it?
Yeah, Andy, based in Barcelona.
Amazing. So
Batch Watches on Instagram. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a journey. I mean, we've known each other a couple of years now, a few years.
Yeah, we bump into each other as well, don't we, for the events, and it's a small world. The phone call, yeah. We have a good old catch up. It's all fun and games, isn't it? To be fair, and to be honest with you, it looks like this was a labour of love. World Time. It all started for me at World Time. There was no Watch Pro when we were doing World Time. There was no, British Watchmaking Day. This was the only thing in the UK that was related to watches, to be honest with it. And it was relatively unknown. It was really in collaboration with the Divers Facebook group. And it's amazing how that group's grown from a 15,000 Facebook group to heading to 90,000 now. But these are all genuine, watch enthusiasts.
I wanted to say, though, the British Watchmakers Fair, one thing about it is you were amazed with how many brands there were.
It's
absolutely amazing. But this, on a smaller scale, is... I was saying to one of the exhibitors, you just sidestep and you're at another brand. You're just kind of talking and backing up. And you're like, I'm with another brand now. There's so many brands here. They should really come and check it out.
Come and check it out. 75 brands. We're in a Zen Garden, Sofitel Hotel, Terminal 5. Fantastic vibe. Loads of friendly environment. It's a family family event, to be fair. It's not one for the influencers that I did at, Time London. That was more about influencers, collectors getting together, and the brands were icing on the cake, you could say as well.
Just about
This
the
is
watches.
about the brands. This is about the brands, the people behind the brands. So a lot of new faces as well.
This is one thing I love about these brands, the micro brands and the independents, the people. You get to speak to them, you understand their motivation and their love for watches. One like Radcliffe, I was just talking to them, and he was an architect, and he told me that one night he just checked his watch, he was tired and he wanted to do a watch with a completely different movement, different type of complication. And these are things you go to an AD or you go to anywhere, you're speaking to marketing, PR people.
Yes.
You're not speaking to the real people who make the watches. And
you're speaking to the brand managers. You're speaking to the brand managers a lot of the time, or the head of marketing or head of sales. Here you get to see, where they start the foundation of these brands. And I'll be honest with you, I've spoken to a lot of, like Studio Underdog, and we're here, 6-7 years ago. No one's heard of them back then. Christopher Ward were here before we had this influx of British brands. And I think those brands really inspired a lot of new brands. There's so many new brands popping up in the UK, and they're manufacturing them. There's new design teams now. There's been a host of watchmakers.
When you see a success story like Studio Underdog, who in the grips of the pandemic thought, I've got an idea, brought out a watch and it was an absolute sensation, then if that isn't an inspiration to other people who thought, I could do that, and now have, then what else is there? And there's some great small brands with some really
and
good
they still
watches coming out.
As big as Studio Underdog they still come to an event like this.
Because you know what, this is a lot of their foundation supporters come to these events. People that have that mindset where they're open to new brands. They like what they like, and they buy what they like only. And I have seen a change in the market over the last 5 years, and I was always under the impression that people that, love the mainstream brands like Rolex, Patek, AP, would never be interested in these brands. But then, as things change and they get educated behind these brands, I've seen guys wearing RMs that are walking around with a Formex or a Venezianico now, or a Ball watch or Studio Underdog.
Those watches are so unobtainable now as well that you're almost forced into... You come to a place like this and then you realise that, there are alternatives and they're really good. And they offer fantastic value for money in some instances. So, of course you would.
Do some serious damage on your credit card here, because when you see the difference in the price, I'll take 2 of those.
And how?
I was those guys back in the day where I was purely a Rolex man, an Omega man. That's it. I was never Patek or AP or anything like that. It was out of my price point. But I was always a Rolex guy. I had a collection of like 9-10 watches, and 5 of them were Rolex Presidents, like 70s. My channel started doing reviews of day dates, vintage, agate stone dials, rare stuff. I used to collect them and stuff like that, and it was great. And then as I basically got into recruiting in the watch market about 7-8 years, as long as this has been going for, because I went onto YouTube, brands started contacting me for review. They were in my spam folder, and I thought it's spam. I didn't think, well, why would anyone send me watches for review? But one of the first brands to send me a watch for review was a company called Pantour Watches, and I brought them to the first ever World Time to exhibit. They sent me all their watches, and before you know it, I got them into retail outlets here in the UK. So I ended up becoming a distributor without knowing it. Then they said to me, well done, you've got us in, we're doing really well, blah, blah, blah. And then the door, it just opened, the door, it's like a floodgate of watches. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And I thought, wow, you know what? It's amazing. I was getting into these sort of unknown brands that are a bit more exclusive. And I remember Bremont being here in the second year at World Time. And I didn't think much at the time. I wasn't to know they were going to become who they are now. Yeah, they're cute. And Christopher Ward, for example, they were exhibiting. I knew the original Christopher Ward. I knew they had the investors, Mike France, Peter Ellis, these guys. But I knew the original guy. Now he's gone. But they blew up. Christopher Ward. And they started here at World Time. So this is a great opportunity. If you want to, it's a bit like if you're a music artist, it's like you turn up at World Time, you might make it. You might. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
There's a few of the brands that obviously are fairly well known in the market. Squale, I can see, those types. But then there's those that are bubbling under that will start to, just been growing. I mean, I've been watching. We were talking about a little bit earlier, Venezianico, who started with a couple of really nice watches, and with each release,
30,000 watches sold.
Their stock has been rising.
Watch of the
rising
year as well.
And some really excellent. The new one is going to be like a standout watch. You know that they're going to be much bigger.
They are going that
get
route.
much
I
bigger.
think the guys are very ambitious at Venezianico. And an exclusive here, guys. Venezianico are going to be the principal sponsors of World Time now next year, and they're sponsoring a lot of my stuff as well. We are doing 20. People can make an appointment with me to see the whole range at Venezianico, either in Canary Wharf or in Regent's Park in my offices. We've got the conference room set up, coffee, bar, whatever you want will be available if you want to come down. We've got other brands that are going to be coming down as well. So we're going to partner up. There'll be 2 or 3 brands on a monthly basis. You can come down, make your order, or get a feel for the watch before you pull the trigger. So loads going on. And we've had watchmakers look at them as well. We've got in-house watchmakers now that service a lot of the watches for a lot of the brands that you see here. We've got a service centre.
That's a big question with when smaller brands make their own kind of movement or the way they do something a bit different. I think servicing is a big question as a consumer you would ask, and if you can get assurance that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, look, I run a recruitment agency, and it's always hard. Watchmakers are a very rare breed here in the UK, but I've seen an influx of people looking to get into watchmaking through the British Horological Institute as well. Now they're doing courses. I've seen people that have been asking me, and we set them up to go to Switzerland. It's difficult, but people are going to Europe, to the Netherlands. Portugal, believe it or not, out of all places, have got very good watchmaking schools now. It's very hard to get into some of the bigger brands in Switzerland, as we all know. But they are growing. But now brands, look, we had an issue here in the UK where watchmaking, to get a good watchmaker, is very difficult. It's big money, and all they're going to be doing for the brands is either movement changes or very basic stuff, for example. So we've got 3 watchmakers now that work for A to Z in-house that do our service centre contracted to basically a lot of the brands. I can't mention their name, unless they want me to, but we are doing that for them. A lot of it is Selita movement, Seiko NH35, 2824, that type of Valjus, There's a lot of in-house stuff as well that we've got the workshop set up to work on those movements as well. So great things happening. The market has grown in the UK dramatically, I would say, in the last 5 years. It was still, back in the day, the first 4 years of World Time, we were in the other side. It was relatively very small, and suddenly it's exploded, and it's the real resurgence of British watchmaking. This is what was absolutely delightful to see at that watchmaking day.
This is nothing to go by. It's got a bright future, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, UK market, it is a UK market, believe it or not. People say that we don't have Watches and Wonders, we don't have things at that scale. It's a bit like we need someone to come with that revenue, like the Saudis, to say, look, we want to put on a show in the UK like we had with Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. We need that because it's so expensive, something that's set up.
Dubai Watch Week London or something.
We do. We need some financial help to put on something of that scale.
But this is on the other side of the coin, and just as valuable. Watches and Wonders, fantastic. Dubai Watch Week, fantastic. Very glitzy, very glamorous, very geared towards the major manufacturers. Whereas this, I think, concentrates on the other side of the market, where you won't find your Rolex, you won't find your AP, you won't find your Patek. But it doesn't matter. That's not what these people have come for. They've come to see something up and coming, something a little bit different, where manufacturers are just starting out and they're coming up with something new and interesting. The main manufacturers wouldn't dream of bringing to market some of the watches these guys are bringing out and have got here today.
Like Formex are fantastic as well. You see, Roman Scharf I think he's become an authorised dealer of Formex now as well. A lot of the grey market dealers are looking at these brands and thinking, maybe I'll try and be an authorised dealer for them as well, because they see potential. The first thing that you get shocked is the quality of what you get for the price. I think this is a shock factor. I'm not saying there is as good a quality of a Rolex. They're not. We have to be realistic. They're not at that level. But for the price, they give a lot of the mainstream brands like Seiko, Tissot a real run for their money.
A, you're not paying Rolex price. Yeah. B, you can actually get hold of them.
You can, yeah.
So...
but and except for Studio Underdog, they're becoming a bit like...
Yeah, well, becoming a bit like Moser did the collaboration. I mean, good luck with that,
so getting one of those. Yeah, that's fully sold out already, right?
Yeah. What an amazing thing.
But that's respect. There's a bit of respect now. You know, who would have thought, you know, from a Seagull movement, I know he's upgraded that one to Silita, but H. Moser, like, looking at the dial and thinking, you know, they are dial specialists and they've seen what he's done. And I remember Studio Underdog at BQ on the microscope, and Richard was a little bit worried, and I said, well, this is going to make or break, you know. But he was fantastic. He zoomed in, what, I don't know, like 40 times with lens, whatever it was, that watchmakers use. Alex from Perpetual Time brought this watchmaker microscope, and we videoed it. And he was shocked as well, the quality of the dial. And I think they're producing those dials in the UK by that company in Reading. I've forgotten the name now. Horologium.
I know which one you mean. I've forgotten the name as well.
I think they're even here, today. So
we'll go and find them later.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, guys, thank you for coming. It's a pleasure. Thank you for supporting the channel. Good luck with your new endeavours, your new project. It seems to be going really well. And whatever you need, if you want me to come on or you want any brands or any watches that I may have, just give me a shout. And
excellent. And thanks for helping to put it together.
Well, look, you know, I do my little part. You know, I always do my part. Enjoyable. You know, I'm an exhibitor, media partner. I try my best. I didn't really promote it like I normally did. I just wanted it to be the usual crowd. Because what happens is, they join the Facebook group, he tells his mate, he comes, who may not have been in watches, and now he's a watch enthusiast. Next year, you come back, he's showing you his time, he or she's showing you their timepieces, you know? But you were in Cyprus, weren't you?
I was. I got back this morning.
Wow. And
I could come to this event, otherwise I would have stayed the weekend.
Well, look, I know Azim is watching in Cyprus, a guy from Saudi, he's got like a 40-foot yacht or whatever. He wants me to do something out in Cyprus, in Ainapanu Marina. Palm, we'd love to have you there. Okay, I've got the headache of coordinating this because you know what we're like in Cyprus. Yeah. We're very laid back. You know, so if I say the show starts at 4, it's going to start at 8.
Sounds good. I'm always late anyway.
You know what I mean? So that's a great way. So it could be a lot different, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Cheers.
See you later.